That's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerge from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Fields. A throw taken in by Tylan Wallace. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Bears getting the road victory, so they'll look now to take the season series here at Soldier Field. On play action, Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On first down, McNeil. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is third down. Now Fields. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Off play action, Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Love, they go play action now. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Draymond Jones. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Love now. Looking deep for Adams. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Fields on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. We're scoreless after 1. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. On the give, this is Cohen. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Swings this out here for Cohen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be? And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Fields. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Eluding the pressure right. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. And this one is right through. And that will make our score 9-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Love's throw taken in by Adams. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
52's the mic right here. 52's the mic. Here we go, dude.
Off the option, here's Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Love. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Chicago. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the 2nd quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a 2nd one. We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. A shotgun snap, Fields. Flush to his right. Throw right side, taken in by Wallace. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Play action. It's Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd down. To throw is Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. First down, going to the air with Love. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And that's complete to Adams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Jordan Love ready on first down here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Love looking to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted up.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields keeping it himself from 8 yards out. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw now, here's Love. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. That'll be caught. Wallace hauls it in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Justin Madubuike. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. The ball comes out, and the Packers pick it up. And he's got some space here. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's 17-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
A read option. Here's Montgomery. And shedding a man at the 40. There he goes, right side. Past the 20. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 14-yard line. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
We got 4. We got 4.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 15-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. Buying time to his left. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Fields. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds.
That's a letdown defensively because they had him stacked up 3rd and long, and you know their thought process had to be just make the tackle in front of the sticks and force the 3. Instead, they allowed him room to run, and now they're facing 1st and goal, looking to regroup.
Off play action, Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. A flag down. Let's see if this will stand. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
On play action, Fields. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. Call it no gain on the keeper. It's going to bring up a 4th down. Sort of interesting going with a draw play there. Do you like that call?
I don't, but it would be a lot more powerful coming from me if I'd said it before the play actually happened, if I'd first guessed it. But look, a draw in that situation, heavy risk reward. If he walks in, it looks like a great call, doesn't it?
Yeah, instead brings up a tough 4th down. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Love. And oh, he coughs up the football. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. Here comes Cohen. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. The Bears on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Fields now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. Throwing. Love. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well. And if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're going to throw on the ball as well.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. Slant to Adams. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Going back to Love. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. 7 yards, the pickup there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays.
And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
You can't block me. You can't block me. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go, G.
On second down now. It's Montgomery. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Bears on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Fields. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Darnell Mooney, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Love, they go play action now. Flush to his right. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And it's complete to Adams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Glove. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing on 2nd and long. Love. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 40. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. McNeil.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
So this one is